Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Hosts Show 101. I am your host, your ghost host, Wes Troop, and I am back with another history episode. Well, where are we going to in our time-traveling dune buggies this week, Wes? Well, I'll tell ya. Because this time, we are going back to 1955 Fantasyland, to one of the most interesting restaurants of its time. It became a park icon, ladies and gentlemen. It's been called many things over the years, but we're going to be calling it, for this intro at least, the Pirate Ship Restaurant. Let's do it. Ahoy, mateys! Back in the first few decades of Disneyland, visitors could eat at an extremely interesting establishment known as the Chicken of the Sea Pirate Ship and Restaurant. The building was, of course, based on the 1953 animated hit Peter Pan. Imagineers wanted the restaurant to be in Fantasyland, somewhat close to the Peter Pan's flight attraction. Unfortunately, there would not be enough room in Fantasyland for them to actually build the ship in the area. They solved the problem by constructing the ship backstage in the Main Street Opera House. Once the main base was completed, just like in the movie, the ship did take flight via a construction crane into Fantasyland. All of the finishing touches were then put on the restaurant once in the space. The Chicken of the Sea Pirate Ship and Restaurant opened in Fantasyland on August 29, 1955. Hungry patrons could order their food at the counter deck below. Being it was sponsored by Chicken of the Sea, the menu was tuna fish oriented. Items included tuna sandwiches, tuna burgers, and a hot tuna pie. Okay. The restaurant was very popular with park guests. Kids loved exploring the ship, and adults really enjoyed all of the detail that went into the restaurant. It was also common to see Peter Pan and Captain Hook themselves on or around the ship. When the first opened, the ship's surroundings were that of a simple pond. In 1960, the restaurant area had a very exciting addition. An exotic setting of Skull Rock from the film was added behind the ship. Tables were added where guests could enjoy their tuna in Skull Rock Cove. Another highlight was a real talking parrot named Paco, who entertained eaters from a cage. In 1969, Chicken of the Sea ended their sponsorship, and the name of the restaurant was changed to Captain Hook's Galley. Even though the name was changed, the menu still served up tuna products. With the upcoming humongous refurbishment of Fantasyland on the horizon, Captain Hook's Galley was originally supposed to be still a part of the project. It was set to be moved over near the popular It's a Small World attraction. Unfortunately, many factors led to the aging wooden building not being able to make the move, and the Fantasyland icon met the fate of a bulldozer. There was no time or budget to make a replacement of the ship, so the idea was permanently scrapped for the redone area. Captain Hook's Galley closed in 1982, and today found in the restaurant space is that of the Dumbo the Flying Elephant attraction. Rumor has it the watery rockway adjacent to the Dumbo Flying Elephant ride, queue, and Storybookland canal boats is actually part of the original Skull Rock Cove. For a little while, a different version of the ship could be found on Disneyland property. In 1999, at the Disneyland Hotel, between the hotel's three towers, there was a new pool added where there had previously been a marina and a lake. The Neverland pool, with its Peter Pan theme, had its own little version of Captain Hook's ship, although that is now gone as well. A version of the full-size pirate ship restaurant could be found in Adventureland at Disneyland Paris. Known as Captain Hook's Pirate Ship, it was a counter-service restaurant which opened in 1992. It sits adjacent to the ominous Skull Rock, just like the original. Instead of tuna products, though, they served up hot dogs, potato crisps, donuts, and ice cream. Donuts. After many years, the restaurant stopped serving food, and the ship itself is now a walk-through attraction, and you can also marauder through Skull Rock itself as part of the Adventure Isle attraction, which also includes walking across large suspension bridges. While you have to head to France to see a life-size replica of the ship, Disneyland guests will have to settle for the smaller replica of Captain Hook's ship and Skull Rock in the Peter Pan's Flight attraction. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another episode next week, as well as another Trending Topics episode, where we talk about what went down in the Disney parks this week. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/HitchHostShow. You can like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Follow on the Twitter @HitchHostShow. And of course, if you are listening to the show or you want to listen to the show, you can do it over on Podbean. It's hitchhostshow.podbean.com. And of course, you can search for the show on iTunes or Stitcher under West Troop or the Hitchhiking Host Show. Until next time, don't forget to
hurry back for the next episode.
See ya.